friends! My name is Brittina, and today I'm going to be talking about Daughters of Fire and Sea by Holly Karlsson. Woo! This book was actually a booklet commissioned by the lovely Holly Karlsson, so I wanted to give a huge shout out and an even bigger thank you to Holly Karlsson for sending me a physical copy of the book and also for commissioning me for a book look, which I will be posting in a video tutorial coming soon. Daughters of Fire and Sea is the first book to an epic fantasy series by Holly Karlsson. The story follows two sisters named Runa and Lyric, as well as some other fun characters as they embark on an adventure full of magic, betrayal, war, and best of all, dragons. I rated it a 4 stars on GOODREADS, so I really enjoyed the story, and if you guys pick it up, I hope you do too. For the first book of an epic fantasy series, this book was jam-packed. There's a lot of action, there's a lot of adventure, lots and lots of magic like I like it, a little bit of romance, interdimensional travel, and of course, dragons. What more could you ask for? There was so much detail in the story when it came to the war between the Sereni and the Rendashar, the Taint, the magic system, the gods and dragons, as well as the relationship between our main characters. So with that said, I think Karlsson did a very good job at laying the foundations of where the story is going to take place and where things are going to move from then on. However, because of how much was going on, there were some times where I just got a little bit confused because of all the information in the story. Because there's so much information thrown at you within the first book, I did find myself wanting to just know more about everything. And I was often left with a little bit more questions than answers, which is actually a good thing because it makes me just want to know more. It makes me eager to pick up the next book because I had so many questions concerning the world, the history of certain characters, the relationships between them, and because of how fantastical the world is and how everything looks, I think this would be a really cool graphic novel. So I'm just saying, if anyone is like a digital artist and if you're like a huge fan of Holly Karlsson's Daughters of Fire and Sea, then maybe, you know, you should work on a graphic novel because that would be really cool. Just putting it out there, just saying. One other small thing that I wish was included in the book was a map. Because there's a lot of travel and also worldly terminology, I wish there was a map and or a glossary just to visually see where the characters are going in the world and the locations that they're all talking about in the story. Other than that, I don't think it really deterred me from enjoying the story. Again, I'm really curious of what's going to happen to Lyric and Runa. Overall though, this first book is so vibrant, it's big and extremely detailed and immersive, and I'm super excited to see what happens next. If you're new to my channel, I like to do my book talks in 2 parts. One, a general spoiler-free kind of review, followed by my reactions as I read. So if you haven't read Daughters of Fire and Sea by Holly Karlsson, I definitely recommend checking it out. And in the meantime, feel free to check out my book look on Daughters of Fire and Sea and come back and join me later for my reactions. So if you have read the book, like last time, I'll be reenacting my thoughts and reactions as I read the book. Right off the bat, Elena sounds like a badass. So the Daughters of the Veil low-key remind me of the New 52 DC Universe's Amazons in the Wonder Woman comics, just because of how they give up their sons to maintain a female-only population. Oh, that's interesting. So Elena is Runa and Lyric's mom. In the prologue, she's a princess. How did she get to the prairie? Oh my god, Kel's a bard. I've always had a thing for bards. So after being dead for almost 6 months, Runa and Lyric are pretty at ease talking about how Runa died and now like Wraith Runa is walking around. I don't know, I think if my sister died and she was just floating around like a ghost, I would think something like a sister's death or like her Wraith ghost-like appearance just floating around would be a little bit more traumatizing. But also, where's her body? Is this normal in this world? Are there lots of ghosts? I really appreciate how quickly this story just jumps into the action, like we just go. So Kel and Mama Elena have a history, but on top of that, he's calling her a different name. Damn, Mama Elena, how many aliases do you have? Ah, that's how they know each other! Kel's a little boy! So if he is a son of the Daughter of the Veil, does that mean he has some like magical awesome powers? I get Kel's cute. However, I think Lyric is like too thirsty for Kel. Like, girl, you don't know him. You just met him. There's more important things to focus on at the moment, like running for your life from the Sereni with your mom and your sister. When they're in the Veil and Runa's getting ready to eat the soul worm, for some reason, while I was reading it, I just picture a tapeworm chilling in a jar, and I can't. I don't even know if I'd be able to. If I had to swallow a tapeworm to get my body back, I think I'd be cool being a ghost. Also, I relate to Lyric so much. Whenever I read her chapters, I just feel like she and I would kind of vibe together just because she's like really sweet. She's really optimistic and she seems really bubbly. However, your girl's a Gemini, so I feel like Lyric's like one side of me and then Runa's that angry side of Brittina. But I really like the balance and the contrast between the two sisters. So in the chapter where the gods are being listed, sounds so badass. I love it whenever stories are able to drop any kind of spiritual or religious lore or any kind of mythology that takes place and also plays a story mechanic within the book. It's just so nice. The good stuff. On the topic of the mythology, to my understanding, there are several demigods and there are also dragons. And it kind of sounds like they're on a similar tier of power or are a tier just below the gods. I want to learn more. The characters often mention the gods in the story, and I feel like if there was a diagram or even just like a list or even a glossary for which gods and which god they are, it would just help me understand their conversations a little bit more whenever they brought up particular gods. Especially because their names are kind of similar, like there's Velen and Villain, and they sound super cool. However, I do just wish there was that little tiny detail that would aid during the reading experience. So, is the Taint a sentient being? I get it's like a plague, it's like a magical plague-like entity. Apparently this is plague-like entity. But does it move and does it think? Because if it does, that's terrifying. Imagine if the Rona was the Taint. Alright, Kel, you getting kind of handsy. Kel's getting real touchy with Lyric. He's all holding her around the waist and from the back. If that was my sister or my daughter, I'd be like, you better step, boy. The steamy, shirtless kiss scene between Lyric and Kel. Woo! But then we see the back of him, and you see that homeboy got his wings sheared off. Oh snap! Elena got her throat slashed! Oh my god, is Elena gonna die? So Uncle Eleden sounds kind of like Aladdin. And now I see Runa and Lyric's uncle as Aladdin. Especially in like the type of costume that Aladdin wears. I really like and I appreciate that Lyric and Runa are finally figuring out a lot about their past and their history throughout their adventure. And I can only imagine how much you could take in when you find out you're also descended from a Rendleshar princess, the Sereni are trying to kill you, you also have some kind of innate magical ability to connect with ancestors from both Rendleshar and Sereni, which you haven't really experienced before, so now you have this magical ability on hand. But not only that, you find out your dad is alive, but not only is he Sereni, but now you are also part god from your dad's side. They're going through it. I just feel like the girls are just going through it. How are you not freaking out? This is why I love the contrast between Lyric and Runa. Sweet Lyric was just trying to push the pirates away with her powers, while Runa's over here, she just lit their asses up on fire. When the mentionings of Egan, the girls' fathers, first comes into the story, part of me is kind of just like, what the fuck? He was here the whole time and you guys didn't say anything? But then they show him and I'm like, oh, it's cause his ass is crazy. So not only, along with all of that, not only are you figuring out all of these details about your past and your history, but now you also find out that dad is crazy because of some ritual that went wrong that also caused the taint. I don't trust Lenadara, the Ayanaran's chief lady. She's acting kind of shady. I know she's up to something, and lo and behold, she is. Oh, I love you so much, Lyric. But don't trust Lenadara. Whatever this ritual is that she's talking about, apparently your daddy went crazy, so why would you want to do it? Lyric, you could die, and your mom has been working so hard, she took a slash to the throat just to keep you and your sister saved. You could kill yourself, and Kel, and Runa, and anyone else who's probably gonna get involved with this ritual. Please don't. I don't know why you would be willing to participate in this. But of course they have to do the ritual, and I'm just shaking, and it's gonna go wrong. It's gonna go terribly, terribly wrong. When Runa takes control of the fire during the ritual, you go, girl, you go. At first I was a huge fan of Lyric because I liked her character, but then when she started making all of these choices, like willing to participate in this crazy ritual, Runa became bae. Oh snap, they did it. And the dragons are here. Oh, how fun! They get wyvern familiars, the girls get their own dragons, how fun, I want a dragon. Oh, okay, so Elena, thank goodness, mom got a dragon blessed, so she's cool. Hopefully. With that said, I don't think it's any better now that she is caught by her dad and she is back in Rendleshar. Like, is her father the king going to use her now to try to find his granddaughters? what is he gonna do with her, especially since she's been hiding from him all these years? I guess we'll find out in the next book! Those were all my thoughts and reactions while reading Daughters of Fire and Sea by Holly Karlsson. If you've read the book, please let me know. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you've read the book, or if you're planning on picking up the book, I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. And again, please feel free to check out my book look on Daughters of Fire and Sea. If you haven't already, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And also feel free to hit that bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. Thank you all for joining me for this book talk. And an even bigger thank you to Holly Karlsson for commissioning me for this book look. If you like these kind of book talk videos, please let me know. Thank you again everyone for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!